Hey, hey, it is Goodwill time. I'm back at a store I have not been for several weeks. And times are getting late. They're closing early these days, so I got to get in there and start shopping. So let's go see what we can find that we can flip for a good profit. All right, let's go. Well, the shelves were a little sparse. I was going late in the day. On a sale day, too. It was 40% off for seniors. But I did spot this glass apple, and I was all ready to buy it at 99 cents until I spotted the big chip. And I actually cut my finger doing that. Then I spot this. Looks very modern and cheap, but actually this is by Christian Reese Lassen, a very famous ocean scene artist, whales, dolphins, all that stuff. These sell for about 50 bucks. I was checking it to make sure it was not broken. Those things were super heavy, but very modern. Then I spot this humongous centerpiece bowl. Humongous. And I don't have a space at the booth right now, which you'll see later in this video. I'm going to give you a tour. But it was a very cool piece. I thought these were coasters, but they're just tiles. I guess you could use them as coasters, but not good for resale. I have seen a lot of big giant chickens lately, but I could see the tags on the bottom. It was, again, very modern. I'm not even sure what this thing was. See it? You see what I'm going for? Of course I have to pick up the birds on the clothing line that says love. Always have to check through the holiday stuff. It sells 365 days a year. Nothing special today, though. These are really cute. Obviously, homemade little guys. This was a neat piece of glass. It does have an original label, which may very well have said made in China. I decided to leave it. I would have totally bought this had it not been $5.99. Maybe $1.99. Even maybe $2.99, but not $5.99. These I couldn't figure out at first, and then it occurred to me they are the type of bookends that fold open and then your books go on the inside. So for $5, I absolutely picked these up. I'm not quite sure the purpose of this. Almost picked up the ladybug. Almost, but it is absolutely a new piece, so not a ton of value there. This was a interesting vintage, probably, gosh, I want to say like 80s. It's wood, but big. This I totally would have gotten had it not been so damaged. It was adorable. I was trying to balance my speed of going through the shelves with the fact that they were closing soon. So forgive me if I'm going a little bit fast in this video. I liked these brass pinecone candle holders, and now that I've looked them up, they sell for like $10 to $15 this time of year. The deal breaker for me was that they were priced each. I would actually have bought them at $3.99 for the pair. Those vanity mirror trays were really, really flimsy. That's why I left those behind. I always take a look at the copper and I'm looking for weight. If it's a nice heavy piece of copper, it's generally an old piece. I actually witnessed the lady that dropped that and then set it back on the shelf. I mean, come on. So, Home Goods putting out a lot of this vintage looking stuff, so you have to be careful. Used to be when we saw these things, we knew it was vintage. Now, it can just be made to look like vintage, so it's tricky. But the vintage definitely has a different feel. The newer stuff is going to be thinner and just, I'm trying to put it into words what it feels like. And also, if you see two pieces exactly the same like that, it's generally going to be a mass marketed piece. You want things that are rare or scarce at least. This crazy camera, if somebody can tell me how to stop it from zooming in when I'm not asking it to zoom in, I am all open to advice. This guy was cute, but you know, nothing spectacular. Another big chicken. I grabbed this piece. I believe this is this is blue willow, I believe, but it had that big chunk out of it. Sometimes I wonder why they even put that stuff on the shelf. It just, I can't imagine that anyone is going to buy something with a huge chip out of it. The color on these plates was fun, but they were not vintage. I do not like shipping plates, so a plate has to be pretty special for me to pick it up for resale. Just giving the artwork a little look over, see if there's anything spectacular there. This, I forget who makes these. It's like a fiberglass, and I know it's vintage, so I picked this one up. I'm going to do a little research on that. If you know, put it down in the comments for me. This is silver inlay, and I just have not done very well with these lately, so I left that behind. This was interesting. It was a vintage piece. I might kick myself for not getting it after I research. So here's what I found. I went to Active first and I thought, oh, I made a big mistake. I might have to go back and get that, right? Okay. You see all these pieces that are listed for really good money. But here's the key. You go over to Solds. There are none sold in the last 90 days, and even these that have similar words are not the same thing. So I then actually went over to Terapeak, and there's only been like 3 sold in the last year. So this is an item, while yes, it looks to have some value, nobody's buying it. And I just think it's not appealing enough to a large amount of people. It's going to be a long tail item in your store if you pick this item up. Pretty amethyst glass, tidbit tray, dish. Nice, but again, a long tail item. Just wasn't feeling that today. You have to keep the balance of long tail and sell quickly items in mind as you're loading your store with inventory. And right now I tend to have a lot more long tail items, so I'm really looking for those quick flips. To avoid getting a death pile too, you need to remember there's always more stuff. Even though there's only 3 of these Coca-Cola glasses, I did pick them up. They were only $1 a piece. I do really well with Coca-Cola stuff. And I have a worst case scenario. I have a brother who collects it. So it can always go as a Christmas present if it doesn't sell. These were neat glasses and there was a nice set of them, but again, it's a long tail item that takes up a lot of space to store, so left those behind. I wanted to show you this Ponderosa Ranch mug. They don't sell for more than $5 usually, and I confess it was one of my favorite shows, and I still will watch the reruns. I did end up with a couple of mugs you didn't see me pull from the shelf. I got this Disney mug. If you know the movie this is from, I would love to know down in the comments. It was originally $37.99. And then this is a Life is Good mug, and I picked this one up for 99 cents. Oh, the Disney one was $4.99, and I did pay up. This is a little wood box, brightly painted. I'm thinking it is Mexican folk art. It was just strikingly beautiful. So I went ahead and grabbed that. Now, no harm in getting your office supplies at a huge discount at the thrift store. So I needed some note-taking tablets. This was Scentsy, and normally Scentsy, these are like the wax melters, are really a good buy, but it was missing the top part, so it was pretty useless. Otherwise, I totally would have picked that up. Scentsy, those things go for like $40 and $50 to buy new. Doing a little pillow shopping, and of course, I spot a pineapple. And I am meeting with my friend, Golden Pineapple, actually on the day that I'm putting up this video. So we are going to go out and do some thrifting and hopefully find some more cool stuff to show you. Okay, well, I found some good stuff, but oh my goodness, the wait to check out was pretty horrendous. And I had to contemplate how much profit do I have in my cart and is it worth waiting? But I waited, I got it. My total spend there was about $26 and a little change. Since this was a super short video, I think I'm going to head over to the antique mall, and some of you have been asking for a little tour of my booth. So I will give you a tour of one of my booths because I only have time for one. They close in an hour. So I'm going to hit the road, get over there, and show you what I got. All right, let's go. Well, welcome to my booth. As you can see, I have a little mix of some contemporary items and vintage items, and mostly I just look for things that are appealing. That is a Gone with the Wind early edition. I think it's a first edition. I didn't open the case to double check, but it's a good one. This you may recognize. It has been sitting behind my desk. If you watch my live show on Mondays at noon, that rooster has been back there forever. Finally got him down to the booth. I have American Brilliant cut glass, is the clear glass you see there. A couple of dolls. Just fun stuff. I try to find fun, kind of provoke an emotion kind of thing, kind of stuff at the booth. I'm still getting this space filled in as I haven't had it very long. I just added it right when the booth reopened. Open this up so you can see a little better. There you go. That is a spectacular piece of art glass that is signed. Some Silver Crest by Fenton up there. The little snail there is a Wedgwood piece. Glass, Wedgwood glass. This is EAPG. This is Westward Ho, and then this is Three Face, or Three Graces. And I don't collect either one of those patterns because they are heavily reproduced. There's some, this is called elegant glass. It is depression glass, but it's defined as elegant glass. Some carnival glass, and see, there's one of them roosters like I'm always talking about. Art glass roosters, and I'll tell you, I have on this one $39.99. That mummy is actually a signed piece. I have actually sold a couple of those little Santa Clauses, and then I talked about this Libby glassware in a previous video and said that I had a whole set of it. There you go. There's the set. I haven't got art hung up on the wall spaces yet. As I said, still a work in progress. I don't know if you can see, there's hummingbirds on these. There's that big mushroom dish I bought not too long ago and talked about. I've got some Murano glass. I have brought a lot of my Murano home and actually listed it, and it's been selling really well. Then I've got like this whole ocean themed shelf here. I just have a thing for this kind of stuff. I have some other pieces of American Brilliant in here, including that bowl, which is a really, really nice piece. The larger the piece, generally, the more expensive it's going to be. And my mom made these. So that's it. That's my little space in progress. If you have any ideas, I'm going to put some shelves up here to add some more stuff. But I don't quite know how to add any more without making it too cluttered. So always open to any ideas that you have, or how I could somehow utilize this big old post. But there you go. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so that is my newest space at the Antique Mall that I just moved into a few weeks ago, and so it's still a work in progress, and I'm still trying to figure out how I can fit more stuff in there without making it too cluttered. So if you have any ideas, throw them at me. Yeah, it's hot. It's kind of a theme with my videos lately, isn't it? I'm looking, my thermometer says 112 right now. And I turned my air off so that I don't have a lot of noise in the background while I'm shooting this. So I guess I will wrap it up by saying, watch for more Goodwill shopping. Actually, might be more than Goodwill shopping coming up. I have a friend coming into town and we're going to go hit the thrift stores really heavy. So with that, go be profitable and make it fun. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I upload a video every single day, and that way it can tell you when that video goes up. All right, see you on the next one.